Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good time of day, whatever it may be for you. Um, yeah, I just have a fairly quick little video for um, for what we did in our rehearsal day yesterday. So this is week 9, day 2, Tuesday, the 17th of March, 2026. We had a little warm up in John Wood, and yeah, that was the gist of that. And we received our thesis advisors. I will be advised by Dr. Nick Holden. Don't know him. Interested to get to know him. I sent him a little email. So I sent him my thesis proposal and everything. And I'm like, hey, excited to meet you. And we set up a meeting for April 1st. So that's chill. Then we had a warm up when we got to class. And we walked the space a little bit as we were circling our wrists both ways, and then we circled our ankles both ways, and then we did beach ball breathing, where you let the breath drop in, and then you breathe it out, and the beach ball shrinks. And then when you get to the end of your breath, you let the breath drop back in, and the beach ball fills back up, and then you go. And then we did that on some sounds too, and we went changing notes too. And then we went into vowels. Humma, hum. And then we played with that. And then we're pretty good to go. And then we had another presentation on honor code. And honor was super important. And there's two different kind of words. There's honor and honra, which like in future terms would be considered the same word, honra and honor. But honra was kind of displayed publicly, and or honor. Yeah, one of them, the small differentiation is one was very much had to do with your reputation and your social aspect, and the other one was just the way you displayed it physically. You had to do acts of honor. No man is honorable in himself. Honors received from others. That's a quote from a play at the time. And then the honor code, there are 4 main components to it. The first one is your reputation, how people thought of you. Were you honorable? Were you good? Right? The second one is, what does it say? The female chastity and sexual purity was very highly regarded, and that was a huge part of honor. You could shame a whole family if your daughter was morally loose or sleeping around or had some scandal. 3 is that honor justifies revenge. If someone has offended your honor, you have the right to duel them or kill them or seek a restoration of your honor. 4th is honor was tied up in the social hierarchy. So there was honor of blood, which was like lineage, and then the commoners, and they are connected to moral actions. Their honor was connected to moral actions and personal ethics. And so there was this idea that you might not have prestige or money or titles, but you have your honor. And there's the collective honor of a village as well. And so they would come together and claim honor for themselves. And then I started writing something there and did not finish it. Oops, happens sometimes. And then the king can restore or destroy the honor of the aristocrats. There's a lot of plays that are about that, about an aristocrat doing something awful, and then the town seeking revenge to regain their honor, and the king being like, "Yeah, that was good." Pride is the worst of the deadly sins in this time because it threatens the hierarchy. It threatens the nobles if you think that you're better than people. So that was really indoctrinated and taught. And then honor was this social currency that you could really get things going with. And then we had a little bit of talk before we jumped into it, and the ball is in our court now, right? A lot of what's going to make this play successful is the work we do outside of class and in our own time. Um, yeah, so it'll be as good as we make it. And then we worked on Act One, Scene One. Every strong feeling has this opposite feeling attached to it as well. Like if you hate someone, there's some sort of love or love scorned or something. So find those opposites. And then I wrote some notes in my script. So we're playing with this idea that Teo is deeply distrusting of Fabia, and so I'm keeping more of my distance, and my jabs are much more public now, and so yeah. But once again, it's that opposites. It's that I'm deeply distrusting of her, but I'm also fascinated by her, and I don't like the occult, and I'm afraid of the devil, but also Fabia deals with young girls, and she's kind of a madam of like her own little brothel. So I am interested in that. So it's that kind of lustful curiosity and desire there versus the distrust and moral side of things. Don't move. I can stay still. And then this relationship, it's tense and prickly, and it needs to be established. It needs to be quicker. And just the quick feelings and responses to each other. And then why doesn't Teo? No, I said that already. Okay, we've been talking for a while since the beginning of the scene. Alonso is insane with love. He can't sleep. He can't eat. He's a man possessed, and Fabia is who I know can help him. And Fabia is like a snake with golden venom. I need to charm her and extract what I want from her, but she's also super dangerous and could kill me. Yeah, and then there's this obstinate teenager in Teo. Um, um, Ollie had me like take up my water bottle when I was first there, and I had my like arms crossed. And I was like, he's in love, right? He's doing this, he's doing that, and shout out sandwich. But just finding that like I'm feigning disinterest and stuff, and then also during Alonso's long speech, where do I feel the effects of it? And then in the second scene, I know what you're. Oh, know what you're wanting to do to the other person. Say the words, right? And so I had this idea before that I was trying to keep up perceptions with Alonso, and then I was just doing all the jabs to Fabia. But no, I'm trying to do it for Alonso. So everything is there, right? That obstinate teenager. I don't trust Fabia. I don't want to do anything, right? Yeah. And then going into part one, scene three, I had a little break. I had some lunch. And then part one, scene three is just this lust for Anna. And I wasn't getting it at first. I don't know. Apparently it's more uncomfortable than I thought. But yeah, because there's this moment Anna walks by and I'm like, Fabia, who is that? Who are you talking to? And I had kind of like the wide-eyed Anna, but it was more glorifying. But that's Alonso's love. This is a different love. This is a dirty or common lustful kind of a love. So just Fabia, who was that? There's one thing I want to do. It's like, yeah, who are you talking to? Anna. And I feel so goofy. But yeah, I wasn't quite getting there, and so I just really need to just lock into that. And Ollie was talking about kind of channeling Timothy Dalton, just that suave, dangerous James Bond type, and just Anna, right, and leaning into like almost the pantomime lecherous man. And then I need to encourage Teo's ability to skewer and the tricks and lift up ring rugs to like show what's real and what's underneath. I'm constantly trying to be to unveil things, show the man behind the curtain. But it's not for nobility. It's kind of irreverence. It's just like, that's not real, right? He's kind of a trickster. It's joyful and teasing. And then there's comedy and fun in it. Don't underplay the humor. Yeah. And um, yeah, I also got to work with Jess in between. Yeah, that's true. And with Jess, I that was before lunch because I missed my last one with Jess because it said break on the schedule and I just assumed break meant lunch, and so I was going to find her after lunch, but I did not. And it was good. We worked with the king a little bit, and the and we found some words that are goofy or are distracting, like observancia. Observancia was a little too much. It just would catch the audience's ear and be like, why that? Um, so, and then honor, and just certain ones that didn't fit as well because we were saying different things and doing different things. Um, but also, I got to do it with another person who's playing Teo and also is playing the queen, and Jess worked with her. And there's this kind of like ADHD, just like just like wandering of him, and that's also in this, in these quick responses and leading into these things. And this last little thing I was kind of struggling with because in my last line in scene 3, it just like ladders come before a fall. It's like, what is it you need powder for? 1,000 men? She is lovely, right? There's these quick thoughts that are all separate. And it's just like, you know, and then it's like ping pong. It's light and quick. It's not this effortful thing. And then we jumped into the other scene, where we go looking for the ribbon, and then what's their faces are there? Rodrigo and Fernando. And so there's just this desire to quicken things up. It's like, yeah, I got something to do. Come on. But not to like overly take my time. There's a rhythm to it. There's a quickness in it. Taylor doesn't have to think of everything. Not everything is a take your time to discover the word, but it's yeah. That's that. And then we're gonna add our little fight scene, and because Joe is pretty busy, we're gonna come up with our own. And so it's gonna be fun. We're gonna start, and then I'm fighting Fernando, and then Fernando does something. I'm like, ugh, and I run around. The whole thing is scared, and then I jump up on the table, and then I do some like we do a little parry, and ha ha ha, and then I'm gonna jump off and do something, and then scare him away. And no, it was fun. It was a good day. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like I'm figuring out Teo a little more. The king actually makes more sense to me. Well, is more natural to me. I worked with my partner for artistic development, and we wrote a little script, so that's fun. And then yeah, and then I had to do my self tape, and so I got with one person for a while, and I was working with them, but then we didn't have the room for very long, so we moved to a different room, And then we didn't have that one for too long. So we filmed hers, but then mine wasn't super into it. So I was just kind of hanging around a little bit. And I was going to try to see Untimely Ripped, which is a show by some LAMDA alum. But I knew I was pushing the time. So I was like, I'll just let that go. And then I joined someone else's group for self tapes. And then I stayed till like 7:30. And then I caught the end and I found something a lot more interesting and some choices. And I just need to give myself the time to kind of work through it and find things and push the extremity and the stakes of it. And so that's fun. I'll attach it to the end here. There is a potty word in it, so I edited it out just so you see it. Edited it. That's a fun kind of like phrase. Edited it. Edited. Edited it. Edited it. Edited it. Edited. Edited. Edited it. Edited it. Edited it. I could say that for a minute. I think I just did. Anyway, so I hope that you have a great day, a great life, and all is well. Love. I'm sorry, Ken. How is the old scoundrel?
Not great. He'll be fine.
Are you okay, Kenny?
Maybe. Yeah, look, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I need to get back in there. This is nuts. I'll call you. Look, we don't know what's going on. He could be fine. He could not. Either way, he's not going to be back tomorrow. So, long story short, will you carry on as COO and step up on the board and...
Become acting chairman?
Yes.
No.
What?
He fired me, Ken.
I don't know if he even knew what he was saying, if his brain was working.
His brain was working fine.
Look, whatever else. There's no proof, legally, that yesterday even happened.
That's not the problem.
What's the problem?
I just don't want to be chairman. I'm just an attendant lord here to swell a scene or two.
Look, this is a horrible day. But it could also be a positive day. Me and you, yeah? Me, CEO, you, chairman. We could do great things together. What do you need, Frank?
$1 bajillion in unmarked Bitcoin? I don't have a price, Ken.
Frank, I don't understand.
Just... We'll talk. It's a lot of mess to be cleaned up, Kendall. You can do it, son. You can.
There's nothing I can say to change your mind.
I'm sorry about your father. Good luck, Kenny. Hi, I'm Zion Austin. I'm self-represented. I'm located in London, and I speak English and Spanish. Thank you.